Penny, and today I'm doing a back to school recipe. I don't have kids, but I know from Facebook that it is back to school time. All the pictures of the kids that are heading back to their first day of school, and so that sort of inspired me to come up with this recipe. It's going to be great for your kids to take in their lunch. It's also going to be great for an adult or yourself to take in your lunch if you pack your lunch ahead of time. And it's healthy, it's easy, you can customize it based on what you have in your refrigerator, and it's kind of a fun little twist on your typical turkey and cheese sandwich that gets a little boring after a few days. So what I'm making this with is some whole wheat tortillas. I've got avocado, I've got tomato, cheese, turkey, and even bacon. And like I said, you can make this with sort of what you have on hand, but this is a good little place to start and try it out with this recipe and then customize it to how you like it. So the first thing I want to do is to get our spread. Now typically with Pinwheels, you'll see cream cheese as being the main spread in the binder, but in this I want to make it a little healthier, so I'm using avocado for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take half of an avocado and just get it right out of its skin. Okay. Now I'm just going to turn it over on the flat side and just give this a little chop. Just like this. And then turn it, cut it again. These are perfect avocados. Look how beautiful they are, nice and green. Perfect texture, not too hard, but also not too soft. Okay, so take your tortilla. You got your little smashed up avocado here, or it's not smashed yet, but you're chopped up. And what I like to do is just smash it sort of with my fork here. You can do this in a bowl, or you can just do it right on the tortilla. I don't like to get extra things dirty, so I'm just doing it right on the tortilla. Okay, so just give it a little smash. You want it to still be chunky, so I'm not trying to, puree this. Kind of like a really good guacamole would be. Okay, so now I'll just spread it out. And what you want to do is leave about ½ an inch on the outside of this tortilla that you don't want to put anything on, because we're going to be rolling these up and we don't want it to all come out of the edges. So sort of keep it contained here. Now I'm going to get some of my toppings. What I have is some turkey, I have some cheese, you can use Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, whatever you've got. I've got some really thinly sliced tomatoes and some bacon, and I'm just going to chop this bacon up a little bit. The reason I chop that up is just because it's kind of hard to roll up bacon, crispy bacon. It's just going to break apart anyway, so it's easier to kind of disperse it all over the avocado when it's a little bit chopped up. Okay, love how bacon smells. And I just cook it till it's nice and crisp. Okay, so got my bacon on there, about 2 pieces of bacon. Then I'm going to put in some really thinly sliced tomatoes. Now, like I said, you could add onion to this, you could leave the tomato out, spinach, whatever you want. But I'm just putting on these really thinly sliced. It's kind of important to do it thinly sliced because, again, we're going to be rolling this up. Okay, now let's get our turkey on here. So I got about 2 to 3 pieces of turkey, depending on how much protein you want. Okay, just place that. Notice I'm still leaving this little perimeter area here without anything on it. I've got 1 piece of cheese that's going right on. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll this up. I want to sort of make sure that everything is kind of to this side so it won't all roll out the edges. And I have a smaller tortilla here. This recipe I'm going to be calling for 10-inch. They didn't have the 10-inch at my store, so I'm using a little smaller, so it's actually easier for you to roll up. But the idea is to get it nice and rolled up. If a few things fall out, that's okay. Just stick them back in there. Okay, now what you want to do is get some plastic wrap, which I have right over here. So get you a little sheet of this plastic wrap, and then we're just going to roll this up. And what this is going to do is hold this into place. So you can actually do this the night before for you or your kids' lunches. Roll it up in the plastic wrap the night before, just twist the ends, or I like to just kind of stuff them right inside. And let this refrigerate for at least 30 minutes or overnight. And this way it's all going to firm up, and so you'll be able to cut it into the little pinwheels without everything falling apart. So I'm going to go chill this, and then I will bring it out and show you what it looks like when we cut it up. Okay guys, my wrap has been chilling for about 30 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of this plastic wrap. There we go. And now what you want to do is cut the ends off of this. So this is just kind of like snack because these aren't really going to do the roll-up effect. So you just cut those ends off so you have two straight edges. Like I said, that'll be my little snack. All right, now if you want to use a sharp knife for this, I'm going to go ahead and cut these into my pinwheels. Okay, there we go. And I have two more. So you'll end up with 4 really adorable little pinwheels, just like this. If you have a few little extra pieces, like some bacon, you can always just kind of stick them in there. And so this is going to be a perfect little lunch for your kids going back to school, something kind of exciting and different, and it's healthy. I mean, we do have bacon in here, but we have tomatoes, we have turkey, and we have avocado, and we've got the little whole wheat tortillas. So you really have a healthy lunch that's easy, it's adorable, it's something different, and I think that you guys will really like them. So if you have any more requests for recipes or types of recipes, be sure to comment below this video. And if you like this recipe, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. And be sure to like my Facebook page, Cooking with April McKinney. And I think that's all I got for you. So have a good one, make some pinwheels. We'll see you next time.